astray.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's May 18th, 2026. Great to be with all of you today. It's time for our Daily Bites, coming to you live from New York City with some of the best, greatest traders alive. Sitting here in the room with me today, got about 24 active and hungry traders ready to make some money today. We've converged on New York City, had a great dinner last night, and ready to trade today. Go to the New York Stock Exchange a little bit later on this morning, and we'll be back trading later on today and tomorrow, finding you some good ideas. Most everybody here is from the chat room, and they'll be contributing and putting some ideas and stuff from our chats here into the chat room. So let's take a look at the markets here before we get started here. Looks like the futures are up a little bit this morning, about looks like S&P's up about 12 handles right now. When they opened up yesterday, they opened up down, and then they ended up making a low yesterday, down about 54, 55 handles. And we talked about that at dinner last night and said, you know, isn't it great to have some protection on just in case, right? And, you know, we all discussed that with the realization that, you know, perhaps markets could turn around, and sure enough, they did to a certain extent. The Dow Industrials were down about 300, I think it's down about 20 now. NASDAQ was down about 200 or so handles last night. They're up to about 130. Don't forget, we have a big earnings week coming up. We have NVDA coming out with earnings on Wednesday afternoon after the close. That's the 20th. Happy birthday to my son that day. He is turning 29 on NVIDIA Day. Later on this week, we'll have a lighter schedule of economic data. We do have quite a bit of Fed speak coming out. Don't forget, today is the first day of Kevin Warsh's term as the chairman of the Federal Reserve. Chairman Powell will have relinquished those duties after the close of this last Friday. Kevin Warsh takes over. Chair Powell is now Governor Powell on the board, and he has a term that expires in 2027, and has stated that he will remain on the board for as long as he wants to, which is his prerogative, and he can't be fired. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic at the next meeting, which is coming out I think the next meeting is in June, which is they haven't changed the format of the meeting, so that'll be a day where we'll get economic projections. Kevin Warsh may change that down the road, but as of right now, that's going to be the same system that they are going to be under. It'll be a 2-day press conference, unless again it changes that between now and then. Inflation's been kind of hot. We saw a big rise in oil prices last week, and we saw oil continuing to rise. Actually, it's down a little bit this morning. It was up over 102. Now it's down a little bit. There might be some news out with this Iran war. I'm not sure what we're facing right now, but all I can tell you is this: is that the market has been pretty volatile over the past several days. Right? We had a couple of huge up days on Wednesday and Thursday, but the breadth was poor. We had a very big down day on a Friday, and the breadth was really bad. So these are just some clues of the market you got to pay attention to. We've had a big run in the S&P 500, which is up more than 1,000 points in about 6.5, 7 weeks. Eventually, it's going to cool off, right? We're not here to try and predict when that's going to happen. That's not the point. The point is you have to be prepared for when something like that happens. And what I have noticed certainly over the past 6 weeks, the dip buyers have been active. So what does that mean? That means when the market has been dipping 0.5%, 1%, maybe 1.25%, like it was on Friday, we got those big moves down, and the dip buyers are stepping in and buying most times. Now it doesn't happen. It's not a guarantee. It's not going to happen every single time. But you have to pay attention to those opportunities there when they happen. And what I like to do is when those situations occur, when the markets dip and we're moving right back up, I'm looking for the stocks that are demonstrating the best relative strength. What is that? What is relative strength? That means the stocks that are not really going down as much as the rest of the market when the market is dipping a lot. Look at Friday. For instance, Friday, the S&P 500 was down close to 100 handles. I look at a name like CSCO, which had a big day on Thursday. It actually was up on Friday as well too, up another couple of dollars. So that's demonstrating good relative strength. So I'm attracted to names that are strong and can get stronger when the market gets its sea legs together. Okay, so take a look at that. There's not a whole heck of a lot on the earnings front this week, other than retail. We're going to have Home Depot, Walmart, I believe, Lowe's, Target, and a couple of other companies as well too, along with NVDA. NVIDIA is going to be the one that everybody's going to be seems to be focused on. I don't know why. What is it, like the biggest company in the world or something like that? Who knows? But that's going to be a big focus for everybody. Don't forget, NVIDIA on its own has been up close to 15% in the past 3.5 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks. That is a lot, 15%. So you have to start thinking to yourself, well, you know, how much of these earnings that are coming out on Wednesday is already priced into the stock, right? That has to cross your mind. And if you like NVIDIA and you want to stay with the position, that's fine. What you want to do is you want to scale back a little bit. But the stock has, again, been on a huge run. You have to take some money off the table. You can't be fully exposed with a position in NVIDIA in front of earnings after it's had this huge run. Okay, maybe it'll pull back a little bit and give you an opportunity to get in. There's a lot of room for the stock to back and fill between 227, where it's at right now, and 205, right? That's 20 points. That if you're buying an option, short-term option, say out to June or something like that, you're paying a huge premium for those options. And a drop down, say $10 in NVIDIA, is going to be devastating with those options. So you got to be careful with your entry points on these things. So I think it's going to be it, everyone. I apologize for being a little bit late. I apologize for the brief and not showing some charts today, but I'll definitely be back on Thursday. I take the train home Wednesday night, so I will be back with regularly scheduled daily bites on Thursday morning. So thank you all for spending a little bit of time with me. Wish us luck here in New York, and I'll see you guys all back on Thursday morning. Little Frank, where we go? New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city